Da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, there we go.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
It is Wednesday night. That means one thing. We are horned up, presented by Liftbridge Brewing Company. Hell yeah. Lions are coming to town. We're going to talk about it. Nice horns, one bar.
Thank you. I'm officially horned up, and I'm horned up for these Lions. I'm horned up to just rip them a new ass. That's what I'm horned up for.
Vikings going to be out seeking to get that foul taste out of their mouths. Like when you're young and you had to eat your freaking asparagus. Quickest thing you do is wash it down with some milk.
I don't really remember my mother making me eat asparagus when I was younger. I've eaten it when I'm older, and it sure does make your urine reek.
Yeah, but it is good. It is good. What's not good? Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are gross.
Sprouts! We're going to be talking a lot of Lions. A lot of Lions tonight. Can't wait. So we'll give a little bit here.
Yeah, we scolded with Micro Mike today. We know everything about these damn Lions. I see Patrick Harms is in the house. Kevin Boland's in the house. Of course, Bob Sweet is here. Where else would Bob Sweet be on a Wednesday evening?
Slinging chicks.
Guess Patrick Harms loves asparagus pea.
Mark J in the house. Asparagus pea. Side note, I didn't realize that made your urine smell. So I ate a bunch of it one night. Next morning, I take a piss, and it smells like burnt tires. And I was convinced I was going to die until I Googled it.
I think you called me crying that morning.
I couldn't believe it. Billy Bats, I play you in fantasy. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm 2-0, baby.
Well, guess who is leading the way to get the manwich down? It's me. I'm in 18th place.
You'll eat that manwich, no problem. It's like a regular morning. That's breakfast for you.
Wow.
Davey in the house. Already smoked
Dirk
his
Diggler's
ass
back.
In fantasy this year. Dirk Diggler. Scott Culp. Welcome aboard. Let's talk some Vikings. Patrick Harms, you're in first place.
Yeah, he's probably first in his division, which is probably like 12th overall. Can't tell if one bar froze or he's just posing.
My internet's dog shit tonight. I can already tell.
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Oh my God, Kevin Bones was actually at the Eagles game. Yuck. What a shitty game to go to.
Dustin Roberts is making easy work of Lupagus this week.
Yeah, well, my team is pure shit. I got Kyle Pitts and Derrick Henry. That's not a winning combination this year. At all.
Now, you took Kyle Pitts way too early.
He's supposed to be a big breakout guy.
Supposed to be?
Yeah, they'll turn around. I'm not worried. I'm not worried yet. It's like I'm not worried with the Vikings.
Lions, their injury report wasn't overly appealing for them. And I'm not going to give you a spoiler alert, but some big boy names on that bad boy.
Well, please don't spoil it because one of our injury reports is one of the biggest segments we have on Horned Up. So I hate for you to. God, people come on just for that, then they leave. So yeah.
Patrick Harms keeps throwing out numbers. I don't know what he's talking about.
Usually problem
weighs? I don't know. Kyle Pitts.
Billy Bass has had like 5 different rosters already. It's only week 3. He's traded so much.
Well, after this week, he's going to want a whole different team. Give him a spanking, front and back.
Wow.
Front and back. Well, let's do it, man. Let's talk Vikings and Lions.
Let's hop in this thing before we hop right into the Lions. Let's touch the little Vikings things first.
Let's talk about Liftbridge. This show is brought to you by Liftbridge. Every Horned Up is brought to you by Liftbridge. Get your butts to the liquor store and get yourself some deliciousness.
Hell yes. And so power rankings came out. Vikings fall 4 spots to 11th overall in the NFL.com power rankings. How are we feeling about that? Is that fair? Is it too high? Is it too low? Vikings now 11th in the power rankings.
I'm shocked that they're 11th. I figured we'd be in the freaking mid-20s. Yuck. Get a spanking like that. I'll take 11 any day.
Yeah, see what everybody else thinks here.
I wasn't waiting.
No, you weren't. You were just hopping right on. Mark J's calling everybody nerds who stop in fantasy football.
Kevin Bones is traveling the damn world. Call him Carmen San Diego. He's going to every Vikings game.
Verstick thinks 11's good. Got too high from Plopview. Bob Sweet 25. Harm says it was a fluke on Monday, and that's where we should be. Well, fine. Yeah, I don't know. I as bad as that game was, the game on against the Packers was good in every way. So this game on Monday was bad. So Yeah, somewhere 11 to 15. I think 11's probably on the high end of things. I'd probably put them a little bit lower. I'd put them 15-ish. I think is what I would like to see them.
I put it right about 18.
18.
Good age.
Age you were when you got your first orange hair down below.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. All right, so Vikings, 2 weeks into the season. How confident are we right now in this coaching staff? Are we feeling good? Are we losing confidence? How are we feeling right now, confidence-wise, when it comes to Kevin O'Connell, Ed Donatel, and the Minnesota Vikings coaching staff?
Basically, is anybody jumping ship? Wah. 2 weeks in. How are we feeling? Anybody already bailing on this beautiful coaching staff? Go!
Any ship jumpers? Swim with the Dolphins. Swimming with
jumpers. I'm not gonna be very
Zafar.
Nice. Not allowed. Not allowed to jump ship. Mark J, look at that beautiful one bar and Luppigus hat.
It is nice.
Wild Wings. Now we're talking. What's Dirk Diggler? What's your go-to wing? Davey Goal. More time, absolutely. Same old Vikings.
I don't know if Dave Walker's a Vikings fan or not. Oh, Matt Burns is here.
Burnsy. It's true. It's true. A lot of ifs. Well, Luppigus, what do you think? How confident are you in this beautiful coaching staff, handsome coaching staff?
It is a very handsome group of guys, group of fellows, as they say. I haven't jumped ship or anything, but I do have concerns. I don't know which, as you know, like I said earlier, the game plan against the Packers was beautifully written up, beautifully executed, both sides of the ball. Then you see what we see against the Eagles, which I thought the game plan, especially defensively, was just horse shit. And then you don't even execute it. You're playing safe, then you can't come up and make these tackles. You're trying to get everybody in front of you. So I don't know. I'm not sure which team we're going to see. I have concerns and I have questions, and I'm not nearly – I probably got too confident after the first week. I pretty much thought they could game plan against anybody and figure things out. Now I'm not that confident as I used to be. So I've lost a little confidence.
No, I haven't lost any. I actually have zero concerns. Zip. Nothing. 2 weeks in, and one of those weeks being beautiful. They come out and shit the bed against the Lions. I'll start to maybe have a few concerns, but you can't have concerns yet. 2 weeks. That's it. Zero. I mean, how can you have any concerns? They had a horrible game. Horrible game.
Not just what concerns me is the game plan itself. Like you
they
go in
said
there
they
playing.
Stuck to the game plan.
It's a shitty game plan. How do you even sign off on this thing? And especially if the game plan was to like, hey, Jalen Hurts could beat us on the ground and we're going to play back. And then he, let him throw the ball, and he throws the ball right down and scores easily. Then you got to adjust, and never adjusted. They didn't even blitz. So you had this aggressive attacking defense and offense in week one, and you kind of go the opposite, super conservative week two. So I just don't like the whole way the whole thing was drawn up, and whether it was executed right or not. I think it was a shitty game plan. That's what concerns me. I
think the coaches were throwing the players a bone, saying it was the game plan. I think the players had a horrible game, and we came out and ripped on Zadarius Smith after that game. Turns out he had a fantastic game. He had one of the best games on that whole Viking defense. So I don't know. I think they just had everybody played like shit. To say that the defense is too dumb to not adjust and do. I mean, something was clearly wrong. Cam Danzer came out for quite a while. Clearly, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. I put a lot of this on the players. I put a lot of it on the coaches, but I'm not going to say they didn't adjust. I just think they played like shit.
Well, they didn't adjust. I mean, you can say what you want to say. They didn't adjust. They didn't blitz. They didn't do anything.
I'm not putting it on the coaches.
I mean, they had 10, 15-yard cushions every single drive they had. So I don't know what – I just don't get it. And we're not going to know until if we were in that room seeing what was supposed to be done, who executed, who didn't. But I don't know. It was concerning what they did, what they went in there with, and thinking they could win playing like that is a little bit shocking to me.
Mark J, great point.
Yeah, see, I think they let up. They changed their game plan. They weren't as aggressive as they were attacking the field like they were in the first half. I think they run the ball more. I do think they were in more of a clock grinding mode. They're up by 3 scores, so
regardless, they scored 0 points.
That's fine, but I also think the Eagles weren't playing the same way they're playing the first half.
You still got to give some credit the fact that they were shut out in the second half, regardless.
You can give them credit, but I don't think it was the same.
You don't think that's an adjustment?
Offense. I don't think they were attacking the same way they were. They weren't being as aggressive.
My thing is, like, I'm not concerned one damn bit at all. I think the Eagles are going to end up winning 10, 11 games. I think they're going to be a damn good team, and we just got smoked.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that part of it as well, but I'm still like, I mean, it's 80-20 for me. I mean, I need to see more. I think we all need to see more. I just think we need to we need a bigger little poll to look at here to see what the Vikings are going to do and
I'll
how
give
this
you a
coaching
poll to
staff's going
look
to be.
at.
Is it going to be candy cane striped?
No, absolutely not.
I think it is. All right, so let's go on.
Mark J is pulling out the facts tonight.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like letting off the gas.
Well, they had like 400 total yards offense in the first half. What did they have the second half?
A lot of excuses from Lupagus. What's next?
All right, so are the Vikings closer to what we saw versus the Packers or what we saw versus the Eagles? Where are we feeling? We did a video on this earlier. Where do we think the Vikings are right now? Closer to what we saw week 1 or closer to what we saw week 2?
Better be.
What are we thinking here?
I'm going to punch myself in the dick if they come out and do that against the Lions.
That would be very sick. Very, very disgusting.
Just earned it. I earned it. Yeah, I mean, we could guess. Nobody's going to know. We need more games. I mean, you can't say they're closer to week 2 than they are week 1. I mean, we got too many damn good players on this team to be closer to that shit show in Philly. And Daywalker says, no way. Week 2, he thinks we're going to suck. He thinks
he's been negative ass the whole time. I don't know.
Old Kofi, I do like that. I mean, we've said that in a lot of episodes. The reality check, a wake-up call, coming off that Packers game thinking we're king shit, and we sure the hell thought they were king shit. I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to be a great test for this coaching staff and for this team. Like I said, if they come out and absolutely shit the bed again, I will officially be concerned to lose the Lions at home. But if they come back and just blow the Lions out or kick the living shit out of them, it's like, boom, this coaching staff is lighting a fire up them. We're not going to let this happen again. Let's go.
Jim Start, thank you very much. Yeah, I really think for the Lions, the Vikings losing the way they did was probably the worst thing that could happen for them. If this team, if they would have won against the Eagles, they definitely would be overlooking the Lions. Now it's not only I mean, they have to win this game. The Vikings really need to win this game, not only just to get back to 2-1, but just to get some confidence back. So I think this is a huge game for the Vikings, and them losing the way they did is not good news for the Vikings. So I think they're closer to week 1. What I saw when you're using Zadarius Smith the right way, when you have a balanced offensive attack, running the ball and passing the ball, not just throwing it 47 times. So I think this team is closer to week 1 than we saw week 2. I think week 2 was more of a fluke at this point. You go into Philly, rough environment, tough place to play, Monday Night Football, never a good spot for Minnesota Vikings, no matter who the coach is. So it all kind of just fell apart there. I would have loved to see a better performance, but I do think we're closer to week 1 Vikings.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's rip these Lions a new ass. I mean, Zadarius Smith, again, he had one of the best games out of all the Vikings. He graded out way better in week 2 than he did in week 1. I mean, it wasn't.
But he had more of an. But his impact was felt more in week 1. So I don't know. These
PFF he had 4 hurries in week 2, opposed. I mean, way more than he did in week 1. He was getting after the quarterback. He just didn't get to the quarterback. So he ripped it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you see him in week 1, his grade was low, and week 2, he doesn't have, you don't see him do anything, and then his grade is high. I don't know. Those grades are crazy to me. They really are. But
I would say the 4 hurries opposed to none in week 1 were big, and he had more tackles in week 2. So I'm on the Zadarius. I think Zadarius played well. We just didn't see it.
Yeah, I want to see him.
Though. I mean, sack.
I want the splash plays. I want the plays that are going to fire everybody up, blowing through that fullback like he did against A.J. Dillon. That's the plays I want to see from Zadarius, barking, lifting up his shirt, showing us his nips.
Well,
that's the Zadarius we need.
Micro Mike hit that man up. He was on earlier, hit up the schooling with the enemy episode. Micro Mike, always good stuff.
Yeah, follow him, harass him this week. He loves a good razzing. He needs it. He thrives off of it.
Needs it.
All right, so
Confidence is high.
let's jump into these Lions. No lube here. So first thing we like to do when we talk about the team we're facing this week is talk about the hate-o-meter. Where do the Lions where they fall 0 to 10 on your hate-o-meter? How much do you hate this team? How much do you love them?
10 meaning you absolutely loathe them. You despise the Lions. 0, you love them more than anything in your entire life.
Oh my God.
6.
6, 4.
Hell yeah.
5.
Derek. 5. Yeah, nobody really. It's tough to hate the Lions. Let's be real. I mean, they appear to have gotten better and on the upswing, but for what they've been through, it's tough to really hate the Lions.
Mike hates them when they're losing.
Yeah, that's fair. Micro Mike. Yeah.
The highest I've seen is a 7.
Kevin Bullens loves the Lions.
I think he might be a Lion.
Well, Derek, did you get one, damn it, or not? Yeah, Lions right now. I mean, when it was like the Scott Mitchell years, wasn't a fan then. Barry Sanders always ripped us a new one. But man, it's tough not to like this team. I'm at like a 2. I want to kick the living shit out of them this Sunday. There's no doubt about that. And it's not like I want them to be in the mix, but you can't hate the Lions. It's not possible. It's like hating your grandmother.
No, I got it at a 0.5. I mean, we watched them in Hard Knocks. How do you not love them? You got Dan Campbell, the big lovable oaf, making these weird ass quotes, inspirational quotes, that make no sense. And then you got guys like Aiden Hutchinson doing the freaking Michael Jackson dance. You get to know these guys watching that show, and it's the Lions. You know, when they're not playing us, yeah, you hate it when they're playing us. When they're not, they don't bug you one bit at all, because they've been the team that everybody pisses on and beats down. They've been the forgotten redheaded step kid everybody hates or doesn't like, doesn't care. Not hates, but doesn't even give any attention to. So now it's good to see them have some success. Yes, I hope we kick their ass this Sunday, but it's hard not to root for the Lions. They've just been bad for so long.
I still remember when we signed Chris Claiborne in free agency from the Lions, and I thought the Vikings were going to win championships for the next decade. Turns out
you say you're going to shit in my yard or hump my yard. It was one of the two that was going to happen when we signed him.
Shit, I called you at like 5:30 that morning when we signed him, and yeah.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say,
not nice.
A disclaimer when it comes to Lions: if they start getting good, the hate-o-meter is going to start to rise the other way.
Yeah, I bet in not even 2 years, in a year from now, Aiden Hutchinson is good. I'm gonna not like that man. He is gonna be very, very unliked. He's too damn good.
Yeah, he is. All right, so now it's time. The time everybody comes here for. We'll probably lose a bunch of viewers after this, but it's time for the one bar injury report brought to you by Liftbridge Brewing Company.
1 bar injury report. So how healthy are these Lions? How healthy are these Vikings? And if Micro Mike's here, maybe he can chime in, because there's some big boy names on here, because the Lions did not practice. Aiden Hutchinson didn't practice with a thigh. DeAndre Swift didn't practice with an ankle. Jonah Jackson, he talked about the finger on the show. Those are the big ones. Limited was Hawkinson, another big name, Frank Ragnow. So Micro Mike, feel free to chime in on any of those. But Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, I don't know. I know he got a little dinged up in that game, but I didn't think it was overly serious. But he's not practicing. And for the Vikings, Harrison Smith, that's the big boy. Concussion. Kevin O'Connell said, there we go. Micro Mike coming in the clutch. Not what we wanted to see.
You could be talking about T Swift, though.
So, yeah, that's not surprising. But Harrison Smith, concussion, Kevin O'Connell says today in his press conference, they're just going to see what happens. He made it very clear that it is early in the season. You don't want to mess with this, and they're just going to see what happens. So that's not a great endorsement, especially for a seasoned vet like Harrison Smith. So maybe we see Lewis Seen, Cam Bynum, Josh Metellus show. Picture that.
Sounds like a lot of sacks. I think Micro Mike has something Dirk Diggler has something Micro Mike should see. Dirk Diggler has breaking news.
Yeah, Dirk Diggler is a source, I guess. Source that is probably made up. Also for the Vikings, Andrew Booth did not practice with that quad. And you know what? When we drafted him, his big issue was he was always hurt. And he seemed to have a good start to training camp. But it appears that theme is continuing. And I'm officially annoyed with Andrew Booth. I know players get hurt, but I'm annoyed.
Players get hurt, but sometimes players just don't stay healthy. If they had in college, it carries over to the NFL. And it's early, but it does seem like that may be the case with Andrew Booth.
Come on, Booth, get your ass on the field. Let's go.
Damn right. Damn right. How'd that go at the end there? Pea smells like asparagus. All right, let's get to know these 2022 Lions. Last year, they finished 3-13-1. That first victory of theirs came against the Minnesota Vikings. They added some key additions. Wide receiver DJ Chark, defensive tackle Isaiah Buggs, cornerback Mike Hughes, former Minnesota Viking. I know, that's why I have him on here.
Thank you.
And then in the draft, they got defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, wide receiver Jamison Williams, who will not be playing. And that linebacker, that sneaky linebacker, Malcolm Rodriguez, having himself a season already. Key losses, not many. Trey Flowers, Nick Williams, who was kind of a Vikings killer, he is gone. So they currently sit at 1-1. They lost to the Eagles 38-35. We're down big early in that one. They did rally to make it close. And they beat the Washington Commanders 36-27. So that is your 2022 Detroit Lions in a nutshell. Again, 1-1, kind of where I figured they'd be at this point. But if we could pluck one Lion off the roster and put on the Vikings, who would it be?
Well, let's get to know the Lions a little bit more. I mean, you mentioned their scores. I mean, Micro Mike came on the show and confirmed what we all know is they're going to put up some points this year. They are going to score a lot of points. They scored what they scored against the Eagles, 35 points.
35 against the Eagles.
I think 7 points.
That's fine.
No, it's not. We scored 7
Well,
points.
I'm just saying.
The Lions scored 35 against the same damn defense. I don't get that. They're running the ball like a madman. Swift is just absolutely killing it. St. Brown is absolutely killing it. Jared Goff has 6 touchdowns through 2 games. So the Lions offensively are hot, hot, hot. Luckily for us, their defense, I mean, they got some guys up front, but their defense doesn't appear to be overly fantastic. And that is something that we have to take advantage of.
Absolutely. Look at any offensive rankings. Lions are at the top in just about every single one of them. So the offense off to a hot start, like you said, too. The defense, I mean, there's some great names on this defense, but they're giving up a shit ton of points. You'd give up 27 points to the Commanders. That is not overly intimidating.
That's like 100 points to anybody else.
It's 100 points to anybody else. Absolutely. Absolutely is. So if we could pluck one player off the Lions, put on the Vikings, who would you take? If you have anybody on this Lions roster, who would you have?
Are we eliminating Aiden Hutchinson, or is he in the conversation?
He's got to be. He's on the roster.
Everybody's going to say Aiden Hutchinson. Done. And we can't stop the run. Yes. DeAndre Swift is gonna have himself a game any way he shakes out. And barring an injury in the first quarter, that man is gonna rip it up. Pimpleton, he's a giant, man.
He is a giant. Okuda, a couple of Okudas.
Yeah, Okuda. Sounds like he's having a good season.
Sounds like he's having a great season. Micro Mike thinks he's going to Hall of Fame.
That for myself.
Yeah, well, Micro Mike thinks he's going to Hall of Fame.
Might. I loved Rodrigo in the Hard Knocks, but I hope CJ Ham lights him up on a hell of a block.
Yeah, let's hope they use CJ Ham this week.
Okuda, fantastic. Hutch, a lot of Hutches.
Yeah.
Hutch and Okuda appear to be the Mike Hughes. Dave Walker wants Mike Hughes back.
He wants Mike Hughes back. He's got to have him back. Yeah, I mean, I was going to go with the obvious one, Aiden Hutchinson, just how good he is. And he's still, I mean, this is his 3rd NFL game. So definitely Aiden Hutchinson is the easy answer. Second answer, Dan Campbell. Not to be the head coach. I want him part of this coaching staff. Maybe tight end coach, some kind of offensive assistant. I want this big, goofy, lovable doofus.
He's not going to accept that job.
I don't care. I want this guy on my Minnesota Vikings. Love Dan Campbell. Just a player's coach. Reminds me of Mike Tice. Get Mike Tice vibes from this guy, but a better Mike Tice. Dan Campbell.
If I'm bringing Dan Campbell, he's going to be my third tight end behind Johnny Munt. He can be a coach.
That's fine
he's
too.
Get his ass out on the field, get these guys
up downs
fired up, and rip some shit up. There's no way in hell this guy still cannot play. Put him out there on goal line. Hot damn. But yeah, I'm thinking Hutchinson. It's not even close. I mean, look. We need defensive lineup. I don't know where they're gonna put him. They can move him all around in this 3-4, but you can't take anybody else. Okuda would be nice. It's good to see him having a good season.
Absolutely. Good for Okuda. So happy for him. Let's see what's next on the docket here.
Swift. I don't want Swift. Uninterested.
All right. So the Lions, I mean, kind of this hyped up team. Are we buying into it? All the Lions hype, the Lions buzz that this is the year they're finally going to be competitive. They're finally back. The roar has been restored. The grit is in the tits. Are the Lions truly back? Are we buying it?
The way I look at this question is buying it, meaning they're going to win somewhere around they're coming off a 3-win season. So I
think if they're
8 wins, 9 wins.
Yeah. Or more. That's the floor.
How many comments? How many wins will the Lions have this year? That'll be able to tell. 9 and 8. A lot of Irv Smith chatter.
Comments. There's a lot of Irv Smith. Take on a life of its own.
Mike, you're missing a game or 2. Oh, 7-8 wins. All right, sorry.
7-8 team.
It's going with the 8 wins. I don't know.
Always very. He's very realistic, I guess.
I don't believe him. I think deep down, Mike thinks that this could possibly be a 9-10 game win team. Yeah, I can tell by the look in his eyes. 9-7. So I would say it's fair to say people are buying into the Lions.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. Kevin Bowles has them winning 10 games. For me, I do think they're a much better team this year. I expect them to be much better. I do expect them to be in that 7-9 win range. Nothing I've seen so far this season has changed my opinion in one way or the other. I don't care if they came back and scored 35 points against the Eagles after being down by like 30 in that game. That's fine. The Commanders, they beat them. Hell, I mean, me and Wumbar, we could probably put the fantasy team together that we have. We could all put it together, 53-man squad from our Patreons, and compete against the Commanders. So that doesn't faze me at all. I think this is a solid team, a team that's going to fight, a team that's going to score a lot of points. Definitely has some defensive holes. So I think 7-9 wins is definitely right for these Lions.
Yeah, I'm going to put them at 7 wins. I think they're going to be, like someone said it, they're one more year away from really getting in the mix, and I think that's pretty accurate. A year from now, they're going to be right in the mix. But Jared Goff, I mean, he's off to a good start. If Swift can stay healthy the whole season, maybe they sneak in another win or 2. I just think they're going to be really up and down. I think they're going to blow up in a couple weeks. He's
not off to a good start. He's Goff to a good start.
Oh, my God. That was stupid.
Well, I think for the Lions, like if they have a checklist of things they need to do to get to the next step, beating the Vikings at home has to be toward the top on it. You got to start winning road division games, and I think this is a huge game for Lions to take the next step.
And we'll see if they got both of us, unfortunately.
Oh, it is. But I mean, especially for the Lions to win on the road at Minnesota, I mean, something that's not easy for them to do. So they got
LS. It's been quite some time. Good to see you.
I think he's been harvesting.
Busy man. Sorry, I had to interrupt.
I appreciate that.
I always give
a
standing ovation.
Yeah, you got to. All right, so what scares us about these Detroit Lions? What are you most concerned about coming into the game this Sunday at noon? Thank God this is back to being a noon game, by the way. First one of the year, week 3, we finally get a noon game.
Daywalker. Lions remind me of the Domikoski. Domikoski, I believe, was a Lion. I could be wrong.
No, I think he was too. Research.
Ellis Gregor will know.
And did he play for North Dakota State?
No, he would know. I think he was a Lion. Yeah, so what scares us about the Lions?
He did. He finished with the Lions in 95.
Hell of a year.
Was it?
Yes, it was. Peterson covering St. Brown, absolutely. Westerland, we don't have to worry about this guy until the next time we play him. Captain Caveman with wise words. No fear. Fear is the mind killer.
You get a tattoo of my lower back.
What is that? It looks familiar.
something Caveman. I can't remember what it was called. It was on USA Network.
Captain Caveman. Oh, it's Captain Caveman. That's his name. I'm a moron.
Is that the name of the cartoon too?
I don't know. I'm assuming. Swift and St. Brown, absolutely. Nothing. Matamina isn't scared of nothing. Let's be clear.
No way. No way. Matamina was so sad. Hope he's not sad anymore.
He was
so sad on Monday. I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's St. Brown, Swift. Well, I mean, what scares you up, I guess? What scares you?
Well, Aiden Hutchinson coming off the edge scares me. And that guy's just he's got the potential to be an all-timer there. I really do think that's how good he can be and could be and will be. Then you look on the offensive side of the football. That's where most of this fear comes. DeAndre Swift in the running game. He's so damn explosive. Our run defense has not been great through 2 games. And then you look at Monroe St. Brown. And again, Patrick Peterson not looking good. Cameron Dantzler having some issues as well. Our coverage has not been great. So those things do scare me. Definitely when it comes to the Lions. No, it's 3 things.
DeAndre Swift is the only thing that scares me. He's averaging 10 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. How's that even possible through 2 games? It's not like he's had 4 carries. I mean, our run defense has not been fantastic, and DeAndre Swift is lighting shit absolutely up. So that terrifies me. We need to pull that together. If they're ripping off 6-8 yards every carry, the Vikings are going to be in serious trouble because we need Jared Goff to have to win this game. If it's up to the running game, they have a very good chance of giving us a run for their money.
You know what you do? You get Chris Boyd in there, you sweep the leg, he gets ejected, Swift's out. Boom. Don't worry about it.
Dirty. It's dirtier than Lupagus bathwater.
Hey, they're gonna bite our kneecaps. They're gonna rip off our butt cheeks. We gotta be dirty back. Butt herpes.
Yeah. No, DeAndre Swift. Hutchinson. He's gonna get a sack. I mean, he's gonna get up there, but that's fine. It's just if we can't stop this offense from moving down the field, done deal. Let's go. Let's go, Horrible Harry. Let's go, Tomlinson. Shut down that run. Get up in his ass.
Hicks, Kendricks, wrap up. Make those tackles. Hit. All right. So what doesn't scare us about the Lions?
It's funny you mentioned Hicks. Hicks appears to be having a horrible season, by the way. Love that signing so much. Need him to bounce back, but he's had a rough go at her.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of tackles, but I saw those grades and those
not necessarily a good thing.
Those were like yours your sophomore year.
His pass coverage is not great. That was supposed to be his thing. What was the question? I got off on a Hicks tangent.
What doesn't scare us about the Lions?
What doesn't scare us about the Lions?
Brad Westerlund is not afraid of the uniforms at all. Is there uniforms that do scare him?
I don't mind the Lions, but their uniforms are not fantastic. I'm sorry. Never been a big fan.
They don't bug me.
Their throwback ones where it's just like blue and silver and that's it are pretty brutal.
Yeah, I don't like those. The players don't scare Mark J at all.
Beating ourselves. It doesn't scare us. Linebackers covering wide receivers. Jared Goff. The players. Well said. Well, I never really. Jared Goff doesn't scare me. I mean, he's a type of quarterback that also could come out and have like 17 completions and 4 of them are touchdowns just because Swift brings their ass down. Goff doesn't scare me. Their run defense doesn't overly scare me. It appears if you get past that front line, you're pretty good. They've given up 304 yards on the ground. There was something else, but I can't remember. Oh, Mike said that basically their linebackers suck. So I like that.
Yeah, their defense doesn't scare me. That's the thing. I understand there's going to be some pass rush there with Aiden Hutchinson. And is it Charles Harris, the other one they have? I think it is. But I'm not concerned about that at all. You let the Commanders, who really are the most offensively inept team in the league, put up 27 points. Really? That speaks volumes about your defense. Like you said it. You said that's 100 points for any other team. So, again, their defense doesn't concern me. This game does have all the makings of a shootout. So, as long as the Vikings show up and have a better game plan they did against the Eagles, I think this will be a high-scoring game. A lot of back and forth here on this one.
I'm getting greedy here, but Come on, nothing close on Sunday. We don't nothing, no 3-6 point game either way. Blow it up. It cannot be close. I'm not allowing it.
So you're okay if you'd rather it be close to Lions or blow out the Lions way than be close to the Vikings win?
Yes, probably actually.
Oh wow,
What's the difference?
the Vikings get a win.
Oh, I thought you said it would be close and the Vikings lose, or we just get blown out. No, I want the Vikings win.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I think Mike mentioned this. I mean, this could be a buzz. Lions are coming into it. The Vikings truly are fired up and embarrassed by what they did on Monday night.
Dalvin Cook has not lost a step. He's just not getting the damn pill, man. 6 carries. Give me a break.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous, but he does get tackled by turf monster more than I like to see. It seems like it's going to be more and more frequent. All right, let's jump over to how do the Vikings lose this football matchup?
How can they possibly lose this Detroit Lions team at home?
Football game. How can they? How can it happen?
I don't know what that means. 4.
Dalvin Cook? I don't know. Is it because he switched to 4?
Westerland already throwing out the predictions here. Come on, Dave. I don't see that happening. I think Goff has had some pretty good games back with the Rams.
Oh, Dave, Marty, they used to call him back in the day.
Dropping the damn ball if you forfeit due to COVID. Turnovers will tell the story. How do they lose? How do they lose? Tim Verstig. Very good. Yeah. I got to say, it appears in the comments that even after that gross loss to the Eagles, that confidence is still high.
It seems to be.
We don't seem to be overly scared about Sunday, which is kind of scary in itself.
I mean, we should be. The Lions are a very good team. So that's us not. I mean, no one should be overlooking the Lions.
I'm not saying very good. Montemita, would you watch? Montemita needs to watch his damn mouth.
He's out of line tonight. He's absolutely gone off the rails.
When pigs fly,
the Vikings lose if they can't stop the run game. If DeAndre Swift is having the way with them, he's getting 10 yards to carry. It doesn't really matter what Jared Goff does at that point because the game's will be over. I mean, the Vikings run defense has to step up. They have to really focus on shutting down DeAndre Swift, making Jared Goff beat him through the air. And then I think the Vikings come with this conservative approach that they did on Monday night. Where was the attacking style we saw week 1? That needs to come back. If it's not, this aggressive offense of the Lions is going to put up points.
Yeah, you said Swift. I mean, St. Brown. We've seen a lot of comments on that. That's scary. He's off to a big old start. And don't forget they got DJ Chark, who he can make some plays too. I think he's coming off a 0 reception game, but he has been known to make a big play as well. And like we said, their run game. I think this game completely comes down to how well we play against the run.
Absolutely. So how do the Vikings win this football matchup against the Lions? What do they got to do? What has to happen for the Vikings to go 2-1 and get back? I think they're still on top of the division.
2-1. Never thought it would sound so good.
It always sounds good.
Okay. Let's go. Let's get to 2-1, baby.
Hell yeah. I've been 2-1 years.
We're gonna win. Old McDonald, we're gonna win if Kirk Cousins throws 4 picks.
I think he may be. He's up in Saskatchewan. His internet probably has a little bit of a lag.
Derek Allen, hell yeah.
Why not?
Micro Mike giving us tips on how to beat those damn Lions, saying put that pedal to the metal.
He took my answer.
How do we win? I'll tell you how we win. Get Dalvin Cook going. Can't give that man 6 carries. I don't care if we were down, whatever. It was still, even at 6 carries last week, that's pathetic. I mean, he's coming out. He had a decent game against Green Bay. Get Dalvin Cook involved. I'm not saying he has got to have 25 carries, but give the man 15, 18 carries. I don't give a shit. Get him in there. and attack, like Micro Mike said, attack the middle of the damn field. Go after those linebackers.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why we gave up on the run so quick on Monday, especially. I mean, it was the third quarter. After we blocked that field goal, they start throwing it. They had plenty of time. They could still run the football. They absolutely just gave up on it. That was kind of surprising to see. I think the rookiness of Kevin O'Connell came out there. I have just back to attack on both sides of the football. Be aggressive on defense, send blitzes their way, confuse Jared Goff, pressure the shit out of him, make him uncomfortable, make him see ghosts, and make him even worse than he normally is. So do that. Shut down the run too. I mean, you got to stop DeAndre Swift. You don't have to stop him, but keep him contained. He can have 80-something yards. That's fine. But if he starts going off, busting huge gainers, that is not going to be good. But I really want to see the Vikings, and then offensive too. Just get aggressive. Take your shots. Throw the ball down the field. Get Adam Thielen involved. Get Justin Jefferson going. Get KJ Osborne going. Get everybody going. If they're aggressive on both sides of the ball, the Vikings should win this game.
I want them to come out in the first possession and just chuck that thing. I want them to go for it right off the bat, just like Packers and Christian Watson, their attempt that failed miserably. I want the Vikings to do the same thing. Let's just go for that home run ball right off the bat.
Yeah, and I mean, do we expect the Vikings to be fired up, to be pissed off, to come back?
Better be.
A little embarrassed. I think this can say a lot about Kevin O'Connell, how he prepares his team, how he motivates them if we do see that out the gate. And if we don't, that's going to be very, very disturbing.
Yeah, if they come out flat right off the bat, it's gonna. I'm not gonna like our chances one damn bit. If we come out 3-and-out, defense comes out, they go. I mean, they gotta come fired up. Bring the house. Get Danielle Hunter up Jared Goff's ass. Get Zadarius Smith up his ass. Put them both up his ass. I don't care, but let's get this defense fired up and get in their head.
Absolutely. And the crowd will definitely be a huge factor too. Get everybody going. The vibe in there should be through the roof. Jared Goff shouldn't be able to hear himself fart. All right, so
going in raw.
No, yeah, we don't want no lube, not for the Lions. All right, so it's time. Bold prediction time. We didn't get a Patreon yet. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, we really tried. We're gonna get a couple Patreons after the Vikings beat the Lions by 15 points.
That's usually Michael Blackie's job. Get everybody going.
Blackie.
All right, so yeah, if you want to come on, drop the link and.
Anybody got a bold prediction? You're more than welcome.
Bold prediction.
Love to hear it. Ooh, Old McDonald. Yeah, we haven't talked to Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen needs to get his ass involved as well. Let's see, KJ Osborne. Let's start spreading that ball around. Let's put up some yards in the air.
I'm shocked tonight that it's been so JJ focused the first 2 weeks. Got to spread that thing around, and I mean, Kirk's done in the past. This year just seems a little bit different so far.
Matamidai's got a bold
prediction.
There he is. Yeah. He's much happier today.
Yeah. All right, boys. Here's my prediction. I got a couple. First, every wide receiver, like 1 for 3, is gonna get a touchdown. And then Kenny Wango is gonna take one to the house, first time this season, with more to come. And also Irv Smith is gonna have a redemption catch, and he's going to get a similar pass he did in the last game, but he's going to catch it and take it to the house this time.
Yeah. Matamidai, well done, sir. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, Matamidai.
Very specific. Very specific.
Very fired up. He must have some ladies coming over tonight. He's ready to roll.
Oh, you got ladies coming over every night. What are you, nuts?
I don't know.
Thielen, $140. Hell yeah.
He is a line killer.
Matamidai, let's go, baby. If you're not fired up after that, you have no heart. You have no soul.
You have no balls.
All right, we gotta get one more guy on here to give her bold prediction. Lot in the comments.
Yeah.
James Harris saying 2 sacks apiece for Smith and Hunter. Captain Kirk 3 rushing touchdowns. That's bold as hell.
That's borderline insane.
Cam Danzler 2 picks. Bob Sweet is making sloppy joes. Hopefully not with Manwich. That better be homemade there, Bob. You're having
Ugh.
Manwich. I'm not coming.
I don't think you're invited.
Oh, I'm always invited to the Swedes.
Wow. Okay.
Bold prediction: Jefferson catches for less than 100 yards. That's at this point fairly bold. Montemita ain't fucking around. It's his arms. Davey Gall, Montemita needs to cut back on the caffeine. Everybody's worried about Montemita.
Nah, he's fine. Never been better.
Ryan Wright, no punts.
Ryan Wright, he's usually on the post games. He'll be there.
Captain Caveman just ran through a wall for Montemita.
Hey, play up for the Vikings.
Burnsy.
Hey, Burns.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? All right, hold on. So my prediction is that Johnny Munt will get a touchdown, not Irv Smith.
Yeah.
Munt.
You know we love that here.
Munt.
I think he did that just to get us going.
It
He was close last week. He was this close last week. Munt can smell it. Call it a Munt down. We call those Munt downs, not touchdowns. Those are Munt downs.
Munt downs. Detroit backup enters the game. I believe that's Nate Sudfeld at this point. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. Oh, we didn't talk about the blow factor.
That's blow to you, sir.
That's the blow factor. And he is going to give us all the Lions secrets. Lions are screwed because of David Blow.
Yeah, he looks good in that purple. I love seeing him. Ooh, geez.
I wonder if to make him active, just to piss off Dan Campbell on the sidelines.
No, he's not going to be active.
Have him just wave.
0%. 0%. We need these guys. Arms, I think he's saying we need Montemita and Burnsy in the locker room. Firing them up.
Montemita just getting everybody's.
Oh, Micro Mike. Come on, man. He's got a good heart.
Yeah, I know. He's jealous. That's jealousy coming out.
It was. Well, I think that's it for bold predictions. Small crowd, and everybody better get their asses on for the post game. That's for damn sure.
Hell yeah. Celebrating the victory. We got to do our bold predictions there, one bar.
Yeah, what's yours? I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going back to this defense that's getting a lot of heat from Vikings fans, and good for good reason. But I think they come back strong on Sunday. I'm saying the Vikings defense sacks Jared Goff 7 times. 7 times.
What?
And that's due to the blow factor from David Blow. Get them information on how they block.
Wow. I love everything about that. I gotta kind of take a little bit of a detour because I had Johnny Munt getting his first Vikings touchdown. So Burnsy stole my thunder there. Boy, I'm gonna say that I'm not feeling overly confident that Harrison Smith is gonna play at this point based off of it's Wednesday and Kevin O'Connell was saying. So I'm gonna say go something fairly similar. Lewis Seen gets his first start. He gets his first pick against Jared Goff, and my pants hit the ground immediately. I don't care who's with me.
What's your family is around?
Tell them to excuse themselves for a moment. Lewis Seen's going to have his little coming out party. If he actually gets to start, people will be very excited about what old Lewis has to offer by the game's end.
Are we 100% sure he's going to get the start? Because Josh Metellus is out there quite a bit.
No, but if they trot Josh Metellus out there ahead of our first-round pick, I don't care if he's ready or not. Then my pants will hit the ground as well.
I mean, they shouldn't do it. I hope I don't see it, but I don't think it's still the realm possibility that does actually happen.
Yeah, Versty, that could be the boldest right there. Although we almost shut out the Packers. It was close. But this Lions offense, never thought I'd say it. It's hot. Yeah,
it is hot. It's got some real roar to it.
Roar has been restored. All right. Well, I mean, we're going to be we got plenty to talk about the rest of the week. We're going to be coming on live right after the game, probably mildly intoxicated, hopefully talking about a beautiful Vikings victory. But I think it's fair to say that after this week, we're gonna really see what maybe this team has to offer this week or this year.
We'll have a better idea what to expect moving forward, and maybe the real identity of the Minnesota Vikings will show itself. And I'm praying to God it's the one we saw in week 1.
Brian Westerlund is just a real Debbie Downer tonight.
He really is. But maybe this will cheer him up. If he remembers this, he can go tell his mom this. Pandas can poop up to 62 pounds of shit in a single day.
Oh, my God.